Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel where we explore stories that touch the heart and reveal the best in us. Today, we're diving into a timeless tale about loyalty, friendship, and a treasure that was more than just gold. This is the story of an old prospector named Silas and his faithful dog, Rusty. Silas had spent his entire life searching for gold in the rugged mountains. His only companion on this long, often lonely journey was Rusty, his scruffy-haired dog with the most intelligent and devoted eyes you've ever seen. They shared everything, their meager meals, the warmth of a small campfire, and their dreams of one day striking it rich. Rusty wasn't just a pet, he was Silas's family, his shadow, and his silent confidant. One sweltering afternoon, after weeks of fruitless searching, Silas's pickaxe struck something different. It wasn't rock. It was the hollow thud of wood. His heart pounding, he dug frantically, his hands soon joining the effort, scooping away dirt and stones. Before long, he uncovered an old, iron-bound chest. With trembling hands, he pried it open. Inside, gold coins and precious jewels glittered under the sunlight. More wealth than he had ever dared to imagine. Silas whooped with joy. Tossing a handful of coins into the air, Rusty barked excitedly, jumping and wagging his tail. Sharing in his master's elation, "We did it, Rusty, we're rich," Silas exclaimed, hugging his loyal friend. The exhaustion of a lifetime of searching washed away, replaced by pure euphoria, but the treasure was heavy. Far too heavy to carry back to town in one trip. Silas decided he would go back to town to get a cart and some help. He looked down at Rusty. "Stay, boy," he commanded, pointing to the chest. Guard it with your life. I'll be back as soon as I can." Rusty whined softly, but he understood. He sat down beside the chest, his gaze fixed on Silas as he disappeared over the ridge. The journey to town was longer than Silas anticipated. Once there, he struggled to find a trustworthy person to help him. The few people he cautiously approached either laughed at his wild story or looked at him with greedy eyes. Days turned into a week. All the while, Silas's mind was tormented with worry, not for the gold, but for Rusty. Was he okay? Was he hungry? Was he safe? Meanwhile, back in the mountains, Rusty never moved from his post. He stood guard over the treasure, his loyalty unwavering. He survived on the few scraps of food Silas had left behind and the small animals he could catch nearby. Never straying far from the chest, storms rolled through the mountains, the wind howled, and the nights grew cold, but Rusty remained, a steadfast sentinel watching over his master's fortune. Other prospectors and travelers passed by, but Rusty's fierce growls and determined stance warned them all to keep their distance. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Silas returned. Not with greedy strangers, but with a sturdy cart and supplies. As he approached the spot, his heart was in his throat. He called out, "Rusty!" A weak but joyful bark answered him. He saw his faithful dog, thinner and wearier, but still there, wagging his tail weakly, his head resting on the treasure chest. Silas ran to him, tears streaming down his face. He didn't even glance at the gold. He knelt and wrapped his arms round Rusty, burying his face in his fur. "You good boy," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "You're the best boy in the world." In that moment, Silas understood the truth. He had spent his life searching for a treasure of gold and jewels, but the real treasure had been by his side all along. It was Rusty's unwavering love and loyalty. That was a treasure no amount of gold could ever buy. From that day on, Silas and Rusty lived a comfortable life, but their bond was the most valuable thing they owned. This story is a beautiful reminder that the greatest treasures in our lives are often not things we can hold in our hands, but the love and loyalty we share with those who walk beside us. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more tales that inspire. We'll see you in the next one.